welcome back to SPDC 3406, coming up in round 1 against Free AK. Shout out to him. Good luck and have fun. And let's get started. We're going first, playing up with the green-black sacrifice here. Ugh. Tap a creature. His hand's looking a little wonky. I don't think I'll like this one, so we'll mulligan. Even worse. Oh no. Okay, our opponent's keeping 7, and we're going to have to keep this one. But we got a turn 1 play. Hopefully, be able to do something about that. We'll go ahead and start off by getting a swamp, be able to fix all of our mana here. And then next turn, I guess we can go ahead and start off with the blister pod. Hopefully our opponent here isn't on the same deck. Doesn't look like it since he's playing the Vessel of Nascency. Since we did get the green-black sacrifice deck here from Free AK. Oh, and I totally forgot. Oh, after not playing for a week, I'm a little rusty. I totally forgot that I shuffled away my blister pod there. That's a little embarrassing. That's okay. He's off to a bit of a slow start here, playing green-white. And we get a little bit of nothing. I think by now, after seeing the holdouts element, he should recognize what we're on. So I'm going to hold up the removal here. Taking a point of damage next turn shouldn't be too bad. That way we can save the complete disregard or the Reeve Soul for something worse. I mean, they haven't played a land yet, so maybe he's stuck on land, and we'll be using the Vessel this turn. Well, looks like he's playing Bant. We'll see here if he's got a 4th color, depending on what he fetches with the Pilgrim's Eye. He goes to get a forest, and we get Might of the Masses. Well, right now I don't know exactly what he's playing. He could be playing some kind of Delirium. Don't necessarily want to put a artifact creature in there and enabling 2 different types. Could always exile it, but I think instead we'll just go ahead and Reeve Soul on something. Or even better, let's go ahead with complete disregard. That way we can keep that one up at instant speed. I'm really trying to hope for a 4th land at this point, so I can at least play a Vulturous Aven, maybe not even exploiting it. It's coming in for 2. That's fine. Let's see what he plays here. I know he's still got a forest. There it is, from the Pilgrim's Eye. Another Vessel. Weird. Let's see what he's got. Cleric. Okay. This is a weird deck. But at least we can get an Aven out. Fortunately, I don't think I'm going to be wait. Do I want to? I think if we go ahead and sacrifice him, that might give me a chance to draw into other creatures. But I think I do want just a blocker instead. Let's see what kind of removal he's got. I mean, right now I can block any of his creatures. I've got removal in case he's got something crazy going on this turn. Now, I could have used the complete disregard there on his cleric whenever the trigger was on the stack. That way I could have killed him before the trigger activated. Therefore, he would have gained 0 life because he had 0 clerics on the board. However, I'm really hesitant not knowing exactly what he's doing right now, what kind of deck he's on, although it looks like he might be playing the Vessel deck, which can be incredibly annoying for me. In which case, I'll probably go ahead and start thinking about siding in the Shambling Goblin. It'd be really useful. Okay. I don't know what he's up to, but I guess I'll go ahead and block this guy. He may have some kind of pump spell here. I mean, if he is really token based, it could be a Might of the Masses. He's trying to lure me in to block. No, Blink. That's interesting. That's definitely a card I thought I would see a lot more of here in Standard Pauper. I'm thinking about trying to put it together in some kind of blue-black zombie deck. I just have dreams of trying to blink and get back Undead Servant. This is kind of terrible. Thinking here I'm just going to go ahead and attack, get in for the damage. No, I can't do it like that. Okay. I'm definitely going to use Bone Splinters and Reeve Soul here to take out something. Which one? I think we'll go ahead and Bone Splinters on this one. We'll use our creature to pay for the mana and sacrifice it. That way, whenever we play our Mortuary Mire, we can put the Aven on top, sacrifice it to itself to try to get something. We need to draw out of this. We don't really have anything in our hand. Okay. Looks pretty good. Next turn we can draw 2 cards and hopefully get more creatures. Meanwhile, our opponent's able to make tokens and then dig in his deck for either pretty much anything off of this vessel. Enchantment, artifact, creature, land, or planeswalker. Thank God we don't have any Pauper planeswalkers. Although that's something I definitely would like to see. How Wizards would try doing a planeswalkers at various different rarities. Like, part of me believes that maybe Tibalt could have been a rare instead of a mythic. Maybe you make planeswalkers with low casting costs and low loyalties and just make them... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no telling if we're going to draw anything that actually costs 1. Okay, we have an Altar's Reap, a Bloodbriar. It's a little bit better. We at least got another creature. Right now our opponent doesn't really have any big threats, but they are whittling us down constantly with 1 damage at a time. Okay, they get Spontaneous Mutation in their hand. What does that one do? -X -0, where X is number of cards in graveyard. Ouch. Huh. Well, that's an interesting one. I can't remember saying I've seen that one before. We can at least have a blocker, but I'll probably end up doing something with the Pilgrim's Eye. Nantuko Husk, eh? If only we had 1 extra mana. I think we're going to try to go ahead and lure out his enchantment by playing the Bloodbriar. We can play a Might of the Masses, give him +1/+1, although I doubt that's very relevant. Most likely we're probably just going to wait for him to cast his enchantment and then use an Altar's Reap at end of turn. I mean, unless they want to go ahead and have some kind of removal for it, in which case we'll go ahead and use the Altar's Reap ahead of time. Try to at least negate that spell, draw some extra cards. Definitely need to find a flyer, stop his inevitable air advance. Pacifism isn't a problem. We still have Altar's Reap. There you go. He's probably debating on leaving back a blocker. We don't really have anything we can do at instant speed, as far as we don't have haste creatures or anything. Ooh. Ouch. Combo. Well, that was a pretty quick game. Let's see. We definitely need reach to block the flyers. I don't think Might of the Masses is going to work, because we're going to be trading. Caterpillars can get rid of pacifisms or vessels. Goblins can get rid of tokens. Let's see. Okay. What is not so good? Bone Splinters. I'd really hate to have to sacrifice a creature to get rid of tokens. Altar's Reap is okay. Drawing cards is okay. If we're going to leave the the Shambling Goblin in, we do need a way to sacrifice it. So maybe we'll take out that one, put in the Bone Splinters, just to have additional ways to sacrifice. Because we want to be able to put counters on Bloodbriar or on Gavany Unhallowed. In that case, I don't think Oblivion Strike would be very good. Some life gain would be nice right about now. Otherwise, let's see. Kind of want to keep in the Scion Summoner. He's a 2/2, and therefore he'll at least eat up 2 tokens whenever he dies. 3 if you count the one that he makes. I guess we're going to take out a Skeleton. Shambling Goblin would be better. Days like today are the days that I miss Festergloom. Okay, we have a single land. It really sucks. Starting to feel the 22 land curse coming on. We are going first. That looks a little bit better. We'll keep that one. Doesn't matter. I'm going to shuffle it away, correct? Yeah. Want to be able to play on curve, so I'm going to go ahead and get my swamp now. Next turn I can play a Caterpillar and the Goblin. I mean, they shouldn't have any way to do damage. I really don't expect a fight card from this deck. They should be, since they're using all the vessels, they should be relying heavily on more enchantment-based removal, like pacifisms, because most likely they're going to have ways to get the enchantments or auras back from their graveyard. At least that's the theory. We've got a nice little curve, and as long as we can get an extra land, we can go directly from Bloodbriar into a Gavany Unhallowed. That's nice. However, I wish that said something different other than sacrifice. We need to find a way to go ahead and sacrifice our Goblin to start building up the Bloodbriar. Our opponent's off to kind of a slow start. Doesn't really have all of their colors either. Pardon me. Well, that sucks. Well, we can still swing through. Now the question here... Yeah, let's go ahead and attack. We can get rid of one thing at least. Our opponent is going to have that though, so at least we can start getting in for a little bit of damage. Next turn we can attack with the Unhallowed. And they have more and more visionaries. Oh. Well, now they have enough power so that they can block and kill an Unhallowed. That helps. Whenever another creature I control dies. Alright, that's fine with me. Let's go ahead and swing in here. If he blocks with everything, we can still instant speed, disregard. Hopefully blow him out and wipe his board. Otherwise, we can use a goblin to take something out. He didn't fall for it, and that's fine. I'm thinking here I'm going to leave up complete disregard at instant speed. I can also sacrifice my caterpillar to get rid of a pacifism. It'll beef up my Bloodbriar to a 3/4 and might be able to kill a creature at instant speed. Trick them into attacking, thinking I don't have any blocks. Fortunately, he's going to be gaining life, and I expect if he has a blink, that's going to suck. He's going to gain 8 life if he blinks both of those creatures. Although I think maybe drawing cards would be a little bit more tempting. He's only got 3. Alright. Now, unfortunately, I can't declare blocks and then sacrifice to free up my Bloodbriar. Let's just go ahead and get rid of the pacifism. Beef up both my guys. Enable a blocker. Get rid of the cleric. Stop him from gaining a whole bunch of life if he gets blue mana. I wonder if he saw that. Or if he was just completely ignoring my caterpillar. He'd still have like a fight card. Choking Restraints, okay. Maybe he was trying to get me to use it so he could play Restraint. That's fun. At this point, I'm kind of really wishing for some more sacrifice outlets. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Gavany Unhallowed. That way I can have another blocker. I don't care if he if he exiles that one. Can still pressure him with a Bloodbriar. Things are starting to look alright. What I could really use right about now is probably an Altar's Reap. That way next turn I could play the Druid and then sacrifice it, get a land, and draw 2 cards. We got It of the Horde Swarm. Cast it for 7. Yuck. 4, 5, 6. Need an extra land. I wonder if I can Alpha Strike here, relying on complete disregard to do something. Yeah, I think that would be the best play. If he blocks multiple creatures onto one of my attackers, I can use disregard to blow him out. If he doesn't do anything, I can use a Primal Druid and hope to draw a land so I can cast It of the Horde Swarm next turn. Either way. I mean, my only other options are to cast It of the Horde Swarm off of something like a Gavany Unhallowed, which I really don't like. That creature's going to be huge. Let's go ahead and alpha. I mean, the only thing that kills me would probably be a pump spell. And then he would do 3, 6, 9, plus 4 is 13 damage. I'd still be alive at 4. If he had 2 pump spells and used them back to back, then... Okay. That's fine. I'll take out one of his elves then. Actually, no, I'll take out this guy because he can block. There we go. That way, if I get my other shambling goblin, I can hopefully take out more than one. Play the primal druid to block. And go ahead and pass to turn. And he finally has access to blue mana through the holdout settlement. Yep. Spontaneous mutation. That's fine. You can still block. Otherwise, he's just going to be fodder for the horde swarm. As a matter of fact, I'll probably do that. My other option is to use... Well, I can only emerge with the primal druid. Oh, the life gain. Completely forgot about Pulse of Marasa. That's 10 life. Crap baskets. Okay, still coming in. That's fine. I'll take 1 damage. I still have a 3/5 that I can attack with. Alright. I can definitely block anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can either emerge into the horde swarm, or I can complete disregard a cleric. Probably going to do with what puts the most pressure on the board. I don't know how many blinks he's running. I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that now. That way he can't blink both of them and still gain stupid amounts of life. I'll attack in for 3. I still have 2 good blockers. And I can still emerge next turn no matter what I draw. Got another enchantment here for me? No, you got a bounce spell. That's fine. Still have plenty of blockers. At this point, I'm kind of hoping for a pump spell. I don't want to emerge. I want my Gavany Unhallowed to be on the board whenever I do emerge, trying to get as many counters as I can whenever something of mine dies. I don't mind recasting it. This game might drag out for a minute. However, I'd rather it bounce the horde swarm. Try and make as many tokens as possible. Yep, choking restraints is going to be coming back. Whatever he puts it on, that's what I'm going to be emerging. That's fine. Still have plenty of blockers. I'll emerge, have some tokens. 1, 2, 3. Cast that. 4, 5, 6, and one of the tokens for 7. I could cast both of them this turn, but I kind of want as many blockers as possible. So I'm going to cast them slowly. 1, 2, 3. Stack my triggers. Maybe we can make Bloodbriar big enough. I'm going to put this one on a token. That way it can survive an attack against an elf. mean, we still have Pulse of Morasses that can get stuff of our own back. So I guess we might start suiciding in the Id of the Horde Swarm, try to take out as many of his blockers as possible. Wait for that to come up. I mean, I think even while attacking, I'll equip it with the Spider Silk Net, bump it up to a 6 toughness, so that way he has to block with as much stuff as possible. That or he can just start resorting to chump blocking. However, we've got another choking restraint coming up. It's fine. Hopefully we can find something else to sacrifice. Got a Bloodbriar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're still going to equip. No. We'll just suicide here. See if we can take out a couple of guys. Get a chump block, something. This board's getting a lot bigger than ours. Probably want a little bit of extra sideboard removal. This is the problem that I have with net decking, especially whenever you don't have enough practice. Whenever you build the deck yourself, you have a little bit better idea of sideboarding, what comes in and what comes out. It's fine. Play the Mr. Bloodbriar. Leave a green and a black open. Make them try to guess what we have in hand. I think that's everything we can do. I'm seeing visions of combos with this blink spell. Thankfully all he drew was a land, but he can go ahead and sacrifice now. Yep. It's kind of brutal. At least he doesn't have any flyers just yet. So total he has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Can't really do a bunch. Don't think I can. This is frustrating. Let's see. Put him on there and pass the turn. We can at least block everything profitably. I'm gonna have to start putting those equipment on something and trying to attack through, I guess. Something to break the board stall. Otherwise, he's just gonna ping me to death with all of his spirit tokens. Let's see. Now the spirit tokens start coming. Surprised you didn't save the Oromancer for some of those, but apparently he felt that my Bloodbriars and Gavany Unhallowed were much more threatening than trying to close out the game quickly. It's okay. We can still try to pump our guys some. Go get an extra swamp, because we need those. Let's equip. Equip. And at the very least, we have an Eldrazi Scion. We can sacrifice it at instant speed to also pump them up one more. This is going to be an interesting race. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat his 4 damage in the air, especially if he has a pump spell. A lot of people are playing the token decks. You see the red-green Tremors deck trying to make tokens and use impact Tremors. I really think this deck here makes a lot of tokens, and maybe a green-white token deck would be better. Okay, definitely a flaw in my plan there. Definitely want to put reach on those guys. Need to block tokens. Maybe I can lure him into a crappy block. We got a chump block out of the deal. It's okay. We can block 2 guys. I completely forgot that Spider Silk Notes were reach, and we brought him in to block the flyers. Cool. Pulse of Marasa. That's nice. As a matter of fact, we can use that to get back a Caterpillar and bring back the other Bloodbriar. Buy us some extra life. Do we have enough? One to cast it, green and a colorless to activate it. Not too terribly rusty. And Bloodbriars get bigger. Now we can start sending them in. We stop the air advance and can hopefully turn this game around. Still have 2 Pulse of Marasas left, so we can get back anything we might need, like another Caustic Caterpillar from the graveyard. Otherwise, he's going to have to start multi-blocking hard. That's fine. Unfortunately, I don't believe that we can sacrifice too much. We could sacrifice one thing, but he has enough power here to kill our guy. We'll go ahead and take out 2 of them, though. I mean, unless he has the blink. No, he didn't. That's good. I was afraid of that he would play the, whatever the blue blink spell was, and blink a Separatist Void Mage, possibly. Gain some life, maybe get something back from the graveyard, draw a card. It's a lot of options. Bant blink. Okay. Play that card. 7. So he's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Since he only has 9 power, we'll equip that one on so we can attack. If he blocks with everything, it'll still survive. We can flip it back to a token after combat to still block something. Debating the chump block. That's fine. I like getting rid of the flyers. You don't want to put the Spider Silk Neck on the Eldrazi Scion. If for some reason you want to sacrifice that at instant speed to buff your Bloodbriar, you don't want your only guy with reach in the graveyard suddenly. Alright, we got a Visionary. Try and draw into something useful. Blister Pod. Not terribly useful. Still have enough mana left over for shenanigans. One, two, three, 4. Slowly whittling down his board. I think next turn I'm going to go ahead and start attacking with the Scion Summoner as well. Try to put more pressure on his creatures. And we get our other Visionary. Keep trying to draw into something else. Mire. At this point we can either get back a Bloodbriar or Gavany Unhallowed would be nice. Probably a Gavany Unhallowed. That one grows bigger. We don't have anything with a pacifism on it, so we don't need a Caustic Caterpillar. However, I don't know if we're going to have enough time to go into Game 3. Have to find a way to close this out. Also, in my haste, I forgot to switch back the equipment, but he only has 1 flyer now. Used up all those tokens at least. Since he can't block everything, I'm going to put it on there. And let's attack. There we go. Put on more pressure on the life total. He's at 6. That's cool. We have enough reach to block the flyers. Make him think I got something. At this point, he probably figures I already have a land. I mean, I was just about to say that's what he has in his hand, but no, they have a morph creature. Most likely Monastery Loremaster, getting back a Pulse of Marasa, which can get back... No, I'm looking at my own graveyard. There we go. Again, it can get back a Pulse of Marasa. Let's see what he targets here. Yep, Pulse, with enough mana to cast it. That's annoying. I think we're going to have to start hitting F6 here in order to save time. Keep that back, keep that back, keep that back. Oh, crap baskets. I needed that to stay back. I'm wondering where my Vulturous Avens are this game. Halfway through the deck and I haven't seen any of them. That's what I need. Okay, that's awesome. I can sacrifice a Scion at instant speed. Make that guy bigger. Oh crap, that's just what he wanted. He wanted to loop Pulse of Marasa. Let's get back Bloodbriar. F6, start saving time. I mean, we started with around 15 minutes, I guess. We might be able to do this fast enough. I know he has Mentor or Lore Master. He's got the mana to keep looping. That's fine. In that case, he doesn't have any more flyers. Keep that back. Keep that back. That way, nothing can kill his mentor. Well, the Bloodbriar can. Crap. Probably should have kept that one back. Only attacked with everything that's either 1 or 2 damage. That way, if he flips his mentor, he can't keep looping the Pulse of Marasa. Otherwise, hopefully I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Still not enough. He net gains 1. And I'll lose some creatures. Who knows? However, maybe I can just keep making them loop this over and over again. Draw out the game, but make them eat up the time. I don't know. I think that might be what some people are calling slow rolling. Although according to Owen Turtenwald, slow rolling doesn't exist. It's definitely an interesting topic. I mean, I didn't check the comments in his articles, but if you say slow rolling doesn't exist, I always have to bring up, what about if you're playing the Miracles matchup in Legacy, the mirror match, and you have one player who stupid lore masters. Anyways, so you have one player who plays game 1 to a point to where they have a lock, they have a win, they have Retreat the Angels in their hand, and they just keep floating it with the Sensei's Divining Top. Yeah. Keep gaining life. That's fine. At this point, though, he's about starting to get a minute behind us. Anyways, so one common argument that at least I would bring up in the face of slow rolling is the Miracle's mirror match in Legacy. Sometimes it's a tactic for one player who already has the game locked down to go ahead and draw out that first game so it lasts a good 40 minutes. Close out the game, start shuffling for game 2, and then time is called. You immediately go into 5 turns. That way you go 1-0 draw, and that counts as a win. That's the only time I could really think of saying that yes, slow rolling exists. The only example I could think of where slow rolling is actually detrimental to the game. I mean, I can understand what some people are saying about trying to play it out. Also, the arguments about trying to... Ugh, stupid druid. Let's see how many loops you can do. Anyways, personally, I don't care about slow rolling. You do what you got to do to win, and the more competitive players are going to take, you know, they're going to do whatever it takes. They're going to have more of that mentality or mindset. This is the reason why this is the reason why some of the high-level people cheat, even though they're even on camera. I mean, apparently that urge or that need to win supersedes some of their other thought processes. Oh well. At this point in time, I have to do something. I'm going to keep pressuring here with the Bloodbriar, pushing through. He's already on fewer cards. Maybe I can deck him. Definitely going to sacrifice something with Blown Splinters. Hopefully put the other guy in the graveyard as well. Him having 2 of those guys is really annoying. That's cool. Also probably going to sacrifice a druid while I do it. Thin my deck out some. Stack triggers. Yield, yield, yield. Yes. Thin. Not a lot of lands left. I wonder how many blink spells they're running. I don't see any in the graveyard, and they might be running just 1, maybe 2. They only have 17 cards in the deck. Could be anything. 1, 2, 3. Nantuko Husk is nice. That lets us go ahead and get in there with something a little bit bigger. Put in more pressure, make more decisions. I really like the deck. It's really powerful. However, I think it's having a little bit of a problem closing out games. Doesn't matter about the order. Sacrifice that guy. That way, even though he morphs, our Bloodbriar still survives. And now our opponent is forced to spend the 30 seconds or more doing his little combo. I like the 3-color decks. They're usually very grindy, though. I do like the grindy decks. That's why I decided to go ahead and play the green-black one first. But whenever you're playing grindy mid-range or control decks... Wait. Whoa. No F6. No F6. Alright. Who are you targeting? Bloodbriar. That's fine. Don't care about that guy. Still gotta waste time. Anyways, I like playing grindy decks, but whenever you're playing, you're not just playing against your opponent. You're also playing against the clock, which is a much more unforgiving enemy. Alright, time to play out the whole hand since we're about to draw some cards here. We have a Blister Pod, which is a good target for sacrificing. It leaves us with a token. Holy crap. Yield, yield, yield. Play out the other one. Now we can sacrifice this guy. Stack our counters. Our triggers. Draw Shambling Goblin. Thin out our deck. Swing in. Still 2 minutes ahead. And at least this way we can start doing in damage in the air. Hopefully that'll help us close out a little bit faster as well. There we go. I wonder if our opponent has realized, that we're running down his clock here. At what point would it have been better for our opponent, or me, well, I guess for our opponent, to go ahead and move on to game 3 and try and win out faster than I could? I don't know. Maybe whenever they started to tie, or maybe whenever they were a minute behind. Definitely not now. They have to try to win this game, or else. Blink. Okay. Who are you coming after with your Void Mage? That one? That's fine. No, on second thought, I'm going to go ahead and use him to trigger the other. Okay, what are you getting back? Spontaneous mutation. That's annoying. Okay, we now have a blocker with minus 16 power. That's fine. We'll go ahead and do that so you can't exile our husk. Still have blockers. Can still attack in the air. Our opponent's got a minute and a half left. Looks like this one's going to be wrapped up soon. Play out a wilds. Thin the deck a little bit. Only got one land left. Cast a Gablin. Shambling Gablin. And swing in the air. At least this way we can block his morph creature, his Lore Master, with the Bloodbriar. It's not going to die anymore. Might stop his loops, might not. He's got another Lore Master in there that he can get back. Still time he's eating up, though. Probably should have gotten for Vessels. I think him getting back his, oh, never mind. He actually does still have flying creatures. That's annoying. Altars Reap. If I attack in, that'll take 2 damage. Take that down to a 3. However, I can equip these to both my flyers. And then swing. This way they won't die to the Wretched Griff. That's fine. Put that here. I can still block a Wretched Griff. Maybe I can kill something with a Shambling Gablin. Save the Altar's Reap for sometime on their turn. Pulse, Lore Master, Loop, whatever. You got 30 seconds to win the game. Ouch. That's fine. Got a blocker in the air. Coming in. Cool. I wonder if he's actually got the spell. If he has the pump spell, I can still live through that. What are we gonna kill? Kill an Oromancer. He's got 19 seconds. We get a Scion Summoner. Surprised they have an F6 through our turn. Sacrifice a creature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do that on his turn. Okay. Block. 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 Alright, here's where we can Altar's Reap. But I think I hit the F3 button. Awesome. Pulse. Getting back a Caterpillar. Now we can block a Wretched Griff. And they have 3 seconds. Good games for our opponent. Thank everybody for watching. A little bit grindy there, but that's what Green-Black does best. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.